Welcome to Grapes and Debates, a podcast where we'll uncork some incredible wine and debate varietals of issues within the restaurant industry, one glass at a time. And now, your hosts and owners of SoNapa Grille, Adam Barringer, Chris Botting, and Joe Bates.
Episode 38 of Grapes and Debates.
We're
Creeping up on 40.
We're creeping up.
I would like to think
like
we're getting better, but
I think you've surpassed that, Joe.
Yeah, I passed that exit
yeah.
miles ago.
Well, the debate is going to be, as we get into this, is going to be the Stelvin Screw Cap, pros and cons for that, versus the traditional cork. With that, Chris, go ahead and open that. Yeah, you're the only one without wine.
I am.
We start with grapes.
We do.
On Grapes and Debates.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
I've got
why.
my house grapes.
How did you get yours so quickly?
I know a guy.
Stelvin Screw
I
Cap.
know. Yes. I don't have to mess with this.
Right.
Although while Chris is opening that, I did for the first time use, and I don't know what it's called, the
rabbit?
one with the two prongs on it.
Yeah.
Not the rabbit. It's got two metal prongs. Is that what it's called?
I've seen them called rabbits.
Yeah. I don't think it's called a rabbit. And it was interesting. We had a bottle that the cork was crumbling.
Just because it was quick, the rabbit.
Okay.
It gets you where you're going.
Yeah. And it was interesting. And it got the cork out. So what are we drinking?
Oh, so first we are drinking. Well, you are drinking.
Well,
let me see what this is. This is EOS Pinot Grigio.
No way.
EOS, named
EOS.
after a Greek god.
Okay. Do you know what Greek god?
EOS.
Oh, and what does that god stand for?
He's a golfer.
Oh.
Yeah, he started golfing. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what he did.
As much as you drink, that you don't know that.
I should know that. Note to self.
Okay, so real quick,
Self.
we have EOS. That is the name of the winery. 2023. That is the year the grapes were harvested.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Pinot Grigio, which means 85% of the grapes in there have to be Pinot Grigio, or is it 75?
85.
I think 85 is the appellation, and 75 is the...
And it's from California, so 100%
So what,
of
is
the
he
grapes
right?
come from California.
Who's right?
We don't
Who's
fact
right?
check.
Jamie, can you fact check us? Oh, we don't have it, Jamie.
No.
All right.
So, and as most of you know, if you watch, this is kind of my everyday
drinking.
cool me down, and after a hot day.
Start you up.
Yeah, start me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinker. And it's a great food wine.
Cheers.
And I actually poured myself.
And it's a Stelvin enclosure.
Sure. And what we have here is Sebastiani. This is Sebastiani Alexander Valley Cabernet. And it is 2021, year the grapes were harvested. Sebastiani is the winery, and Alexander Valley is the appellation. That's an AVA.
So first vintage after the fires, right?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, there were lots of fires.
There was lots of fires.
Lots of
2020
fires.
was the big.
No, actually,
big
there
year, wasn't
was
Yeah.
there some bigger fires in 17?
Yeah.
Or?
So this is also, Sebastiani is also owned by Foley, and if you remember, we went to Sebastiani. We went into the Cherry Block Vineyard, which is the coolest thing.
Are you asking me if I remember
I'm
that?
literally, do you remember?
Of course I remember.
Okay. And then you'll probably remember the next few little facts that I'm going to tell you is that
Regale us, Adam. Regale us with these facts.
Samuel Sebastiani moved to,
California.
where in California? San Francisco.
Okay, that was my first
From
guess.
Tuscany
Okay.
in 1895.
A good Italian boy.
Yep. And 9 years after that, he founded Sebastiani Winery in Sonoma County. He was a stones mason, and he worked the quarries in the Sonoma Hills for cobblestones used on San Francisco streets. He tucked away a little bit of money, and that's when he was able to acquire the land and began winemaking for local and San Francisco communities.
Didn't he build his Cousin Street Lombardi
I'm not sure.
in San Francisco? Lombardi Street?
Is that the curvy one?
the curvy one.
The curvy one.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
it was
did
his
or not.
Italian cousin. It was.
Oh.
I don't know. I think you're
Okay.
I think you're.
Well, who's going to fact check us? Jamie's not here.
All right.
Yeah.
Sebastiani was the only winery in Sonoma to operate throughout Prohibition, producing sacramental and medicinal wines, which led to the playful increase in the religious interest during that time. A lot of people became religious.
Well, here's to absolution.
There we go. All right.
To you. One of the coolest visits though that we had, and
No, yeah.
who was our guide out there that day?
Aaron.
AA, right?
Yeah.
That's right. But so cool. So the winery was built, and there was nothing around it. It was just fields. But the people working at the winery started to build homes around it, and now it's in the middle of a residential area. You would never know that it's
Yeah, that's
sitting
downtown
in there.
Sonoma.
It is downtown Sonoma, yeah.
And so he's got 2 bottles of cherry block in his hand. We've all got a glass. We walk down the street. There's kids playing and ladies
I think
riding bikes.
there was a grade school around the corner.
Right, and we
right?
walk across the street into the legendary Cherry Block Vineyard,
Yep.
and we're eating grapes off the vine while we're having a glass
It
from
was cool.
the vintage 2 years prior to that.
Yep.
It was really, really neat, and I enjoyed that.
It was
that
the best
visit.
9:30 a.m. wine tasting I've ever tasted. I've ever enjoyed.
It was
Yeah.
early. But it was a really...
Yeah, but it was
the whole...
12:30 our time.
Yeah,
True,
right.
true.
I mean, come on.
But the winery as a whole was awesome. The experience was awesome. And to kind of go into that, so when Samuel Sebastiani passed away, his son August and August's wife expanded the winery. They purchased it from the state, and they expanded the winery. And then under his leadership, they kind of grew the winery. And in 2001, the family refocused on quality. At one point, they were selling 8 million cases.
Wow.
But it was, I think, mostly coming from the Central Coast. And then it was in 2008, fully purchased Sebastiani, and even further reduced the winemaking to really focus on quality.
So were they kind of big bottle wines, jug wines?
I think they got into that for a while.
At a time, okay.
Don't you remember them telling us that when we went to the tour? But they did. They said they kind of got into some of that mass-produced wines. I mean, Sebastiani, great name, beautiful location. I think at one point they owned 700 acres, 225 of which were planted. Anyway,
All Sonoma County?
well, when they at the time when they were selling 8 million cases, they
Oh,
had,
yeah, it was all over the
it
state
was-
of California, I would imagine.
Yeah, at that time it was called Turner Road Vintners.
Okay,
And then they ended up selling that to Constellation Brands.
gotcha.
So, yeah, fully purchased it, enacting initiatives to elevate wine quality and the winery's reputation, collaborating with winemaker Mike Lyon, fully focused on lower production, advanced farming techniques, and high-quality single vineyard wines.
Well, this
which
is drinking
kinda-
really, really nice today.
It is, it's awesome. It's
the
drinking
quality
good.
speaks.
And so, one of the reasons that I wanted to bring this wine out and for us to talk about this wine, because it may show up somewhere, Chris, on
Really?
Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
You-
This sounds like a perfect opportunity for the wine club members.
It is. This is going to be
Wow.
in with our wine club members.
Nice.
And it is drinking marvelous.
That is a big Cabernet.
Yeah.
That is a big Cabernet, which I love. That's fantastic. That's a food Cabernet.
For
Joe,
you.
what would you pair it
For
with?
me.
What would you pair it with?
Yeah, what would you pair it with?
You know, I've got to put the filet medallions. I love a Cabernet with a ribeye. I
Okay.
love the fat of a ribeye because this, to me, and maybe not to you, and every palate's different, is tannic. Not overly tannic,
Right.
but it's got some tannins. It's got some mouth dry. To
Yes,
it.
yes.
So to balance that mouth dry, I need a little fat.
Well, I
So
think
I go ribeye over a fillet.
everyone tastes what they taste.
Correct.
I think you're coming from cold Pinot Grigio to this, because now that this is opened up,
It's grippy, but the tannins that he's talking about.
Right.
But I don't. Again, he could be coming from a different spot.
yeah.
I also just love a ribeye.
Okay, that's what it is.
I also just love
And
a
Snickers.
ribeye.
Yeah.
But
What would you on our menu? What would you pair it with?
Gosh, what would I pair? Listen, I think our steak, either that or our lamb chops.
With some fat on there.
Yes,
And
yes.
that bacon jam.
Yeah,
Gives
yeah.
it a little more fattiness, a little more
Yeah,
mouthfeel.
yeah.
I love that.
Either one of those, I think, would pair extremely well with
Right.
with this.
Well, and you said that, I thought of the meatloaf Marsala. A good amount of
yeah.
quality fat in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And that Marsala sauce that,
Yep.
that no one can touch.
No,
No one can
yeah,
touch.
yeah,
And
it's-
so,
it's a home run.
Okay, so as we're getting into this, so that's the grapes part of it. So we have a Foley family. This is entry level EOS, but it's a high quality wine. I think it's dynamite.
and I refuse to call it a house wine.
Right,
It
no,
is
it's-
our entry level,
It's
but it's
right.
the quality of it is above house wines
Oh,
that
yeah.
you would find
Sure.
anywhere. So
And I really like this Sebastiani Alexander Valley. That may find a
That's gonna
place
be
on our menu.
that's
I mean,
going to be a
it's-
hit for the wine club.
It is, and we're pairing that with the Maris, the M by Maris.
And then what's the white selection for this upcoming?
Am I allowed to say that?
I don't.
Chalk Hill, Russian River, I believe.
That's a big one.
Well, yeah,
It is.
Wow,
Chalk Hill,
this is
Russian River.
a good week for the wine club.
No, it is. No, take it a step further. It's a fantastic week because we're having a blue party. So the wines that we're pouring,
Wait a second, blue party. I thought we were a red party.
Rombauer.
Oh, okay.
Rombauer.
All right, I just want to make sure.
Rombauer.
I want to make
So
sure.
we're doing Rombauer and we're doing a blue theme. So we're going to have different items with blue. And it's exclusive for the wine club members. And
I like it.
We've got 50 people that have RSVP'd
Yeah.
already in New Smyrna. I think we're maxed out in Jack's and
So wine club members every month get to come in, mingle, have a quick
Yes.
wine tasting,
Yep.
a little snack, get to talk to the owners of each
Sure,
location,
right.
right?
Right.
But then every once in a while, a couple times a year, 4 times a year, whatever it is, we do something special for those members
Yes.
And that's,
and elevate that
Yes.
wine pickup, and that's what this one is.
this is.
So I saw Sean working on blue crab and
Yes.
blue cheese and lots of fun blue
Bluefin
themed
tuna.
item.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
So
Yeah.
and then we're going to feature Rombauer as the
Yes.
tasting with blue labels everywhere, right?
Right.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice.
All right. Grapes and debates. Grapes, and the next thing we're going to do is debate. And Joe sent me 5.
There's no debate here. I need some more wine.
Okay, there's no debate. Joe sent me 5 categories of things that we could debate.
I did.
One
long and
was-
hard about those
Right.
categories.
And so,
Okay.
although I printed off the pros and cons of the Stelvin Screw Cap compared to the Cork, should we debate that or should we debate the,
Are you going to go sideways here?
yes,
Okay.
the choices that Donald Trump is making for his cabinet versus 4 years ago? Which debate do you want? I'm going to go with the Stelvin Screw Cap.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about this.
You know what,
Cork.
that is
I'd really like to talk about the Cork.
It is a cool debate.
Yeah.
It is a cool debate,
Yeah.
but maybe not for this.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
program.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say a little bit of election fatigue.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to enjoy some wine, not alienate anybody over the fact that you have the screw cap here, you've got the cork here.
Yeah, no, this actually might piss people off.
Okay.
Screw cap, cork.
What's
So-
more than the election.
What are the
More than Trump.
Wait,
Yes. Yes.
what do you like better?
Well, it's not what I like better. It's the application for the bottle. I mean, what do you really need a cork?
If you're
For the
on
whites?
if you're on the boat and you've got Rombauer Sauv Blanc,
I just want to get that cap off, get it into my glass, and start enjoying.
okay, your EOS.
Same thing.
Right.
Everyday drinker.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Yep. Let's get going.
Yeah.
So-
Consistency, reliability, preserves the freshness,
Yeah.
the ease of use.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have to take my hand off the steering wheel of the boat.
Right.
I can just
Yeah.
unscrew it
Yeah.
like that and pour.
So it's, and from the winemaker's perspective, it's cost effective. Of course, then, the cons of it, perception of quality, lack of tradition,
I'll tell you,
and then-
most. All right, most is a broad statement. Most whites that aren't super high end have already made the
Have
transition.
made that jump, and
Yeah, and even
over a
some-
decade ago.
Right, and even some perceived high end. It's a guaranteed closure. There's no air getting into it. There's no risk of TCA. Is it?
No,
The-
oxidation.
Yeah.
Right.
TCA. That's a cork taint.
Right, which your palate is actually better than mine, and you've called that out a couple of times while
Sure.
we've been out at a restaurant. So,
I think he just likes
But-
sending bottles back. I really do. I've seen him. I've seen him do it. He does.
I hate it.
hey, you know what?
He likes to establish
No, I just-
dominance when we get to the table.
I just like saying to the server, I think this is cork taint. Do you know what a taint is?
yes.
And
I've seen some people pucker.
With that said, there's also an environmental concern, right?
Sustainability.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but-
corks are being grown, and you know,
It takes
and they're
29 years.
And they're biodegradable. Now, having said that, the debate on the side for the Stelvin is that aluminum is recyclable.
Okay.
And when they take the bark off a cork tree, they have to wait 29 years to be able to, for that tree to get to a maturity level before they can start making corks.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 29 years.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well,
But from the guest standpoint, if you're ordering a bottle that's at whatever number matters to you, because $100 is one thing to me and $1,000 is one thing to you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Do you want them coming to you with a bottle of Insignia, Silver Oak, Opus, and going,
Absolutely not.
right?
well, I would
Absolutely
mind.
But
not.
this is proven to be a better closure.
Now, okay, here's where the debate
There's a
gets.
romanticism
No.
to the cork.
Okay. Yeah.
That-
and what else?
I'll give you that.
And that process.
It
Yeah.
doesn't allow the oxygen in. It's better at sealing. We've established
Agreed.
that, right?
You can corv
Okay,
in
now-
this. You can corv in this.
Now,
But for aging,
if you're going to set a wine down,
Yes.
you do want that cork is a little bit breathable, so it's going to help soften that wine.
agreed.
So there you have it.
And so if you're expecting a 20-year wine to maybe get a little bit of that amber color, right? A little bit of that brick color.
Ooh.
Those tannins to soften just a bit. So do you want that 30-year bottle to be as fresh as it was day one? Or do you want it to have a little
I
oxygen
can tell you
coming in
this. I do not, I mean, I am telling you right now.
That's juice to me.
I do not want to drink a 30-year-old wine. I don't care. In fact, if it's more than 5 years old, well, I don't know.
I don't think any
I don't know,
wine makes it past
don't close
a week
your-
with you.
window?
I don't think you've ever held a bottle of wine for more than a month.
No, you're 100% right on that. I have had where in recently, maybe a 2012 or 2014 cab from Napa, but I'm not into this.
Well, we opened that '06 that I told you about the other day. That we had trouble with the
The
cork
Cane
coming out.
5.
And it was the Cane 5.
Yeah,
And it was beautiful.
really.
Beautiful. It had some sediment
Yep.
in the shoulder of the
Okay.
glass, so we were careful
It was
with
stored properly.
Stored properly. It had not changed color, but had absolutely softened. And in '06, so we're coming on 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what were the
Yeah.
rest of those corks like from the Cane
They were
5?
all like that.
They were all shitty, and it's still on the shelves
So I
because
have-
we can't serve them.
That is beside the point. You're missing the point. It was the juice was still great with a horrible cork in it, and
Okay.
and we were able to get the cork out, and we were pleasantly surprised.
Did you use the rabbit to get it out?
I don't think it was a rabbit.
Okay.
So can somebody Google that, please?
I don't-
What the two-prong
Yeah.
thing is
I
called,
just-
and tell me what it is.
I just like saying the word rabbit.
Yeah.
I know.
no,
it's quick.
I've
Yeah,
seen
rabbit.
it with 2 prongs.
Eminem was nicknamed Rabbit in the movie.
Oh,
That I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't see
8 Mile?
Yeah.
no.
Not all of it.
Rabbit.
Double
Hey,
prong.
Oh my
by
God.
the way,
What's it called?
Double prong wine
Did you know-
Double-prong wine opener.
did you
go.
know?
Thank you, R&D.
I mean, since you brought it up,
Emily Dunbar,
Wait.
R&D. Thank you.
wait, since you brought it up, Eminem, do you know that he performed for Harris during the election?
I Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I just want to know how much she
For
charged.
millions of
I
dollars.
just want to know how much she charged.
1.8.
Yeah.
1.8?
1.8 million.
1.8 million.
I think Beyonce's got to beat
10
Yeah.
million.
by
Yeah.
about 9.2.
And I got to tell you, Oprah really, Oprah was all for Harris
Well,
for $1 million. You know who else? Al Sharpton, $500,000.
Oh!
Such good supporters.
So, Corks or your screw cap?
There's room for both.
There is.
There's room for both.
Yeah.
And there's a place for both.
What do
Yeah.
you
And I don't
prefer?
think we're ever going to see corks go away.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Unless we run out of cork
Well, and what we
trees.
didn't talk about,
Synthetic corks.
well, yeah, anytime.
right.
So there are synthetic corks that are almost perfect. But there's other containers now. I mean, there's aluminum cans of wine. There's there's Boda boxes of
Listen.
wine. There's bags
Are
of
you
wine.
talking about black box?
I'm just saying there's other containers that have been highly rated.
Yes, black box.
But by the way,
Are we talking about the same thing?
we are talking about.
I believe we are.
We're talking
I
about
believe- I
a
believe we are.
Stelvin Screw Cap versus a cork. We're not talking about box wines. Well, box wines can.
We are now, because I fucking said it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's on the table.
now we're having
it's on
another
the
debate?
It's on the table.
We're just talking about packaging.
okay.
Yeah. All right.
Of course.
I guess we're circling back. Now we're definitely not talking about the same thing.
Okay.
Speaking of packages,
Yeah.
you had a joke.
No.
I'm sure it's tasteful.
I want all of you
Inappropriate.
to respond, and next time we have the
Hashtag
podcast,
Adam Barringer.
if you want the joke revealed. If not, I will.
We'll put a link to it.
I'll
down
table
at
it
the
forever.
Bottom of our.
A link. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you do that?
Okay. Yeah, it's right down here.
Yeah.
It'll be right here. Isn't that what they do?
Yes. Yeah.
Or up here.
Okay. I can do both.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I can do both.
Fantastic. All
My
right.
editing skills
So-
have.
Exponentially grown.
Yes, they have.
Screw cap, cork. Depends on the situation.
I think
Sure.
it depends on the
Depends on bottle.
situation.
Yeah.
Agreed. I do like the convenience of not having to have a wine key.
Yeah.
For example, like when you said when you're
This
driving,
boating captain
when
agrees.
you're driving the boat or when you're driving in the car, right?
Right when you're riding in the back seat
In the
of the car
okay,
Yep.
yeah.
with the window
Right.
thing. That,
Or if
Yes. Yeah.
or
Yeah, no.
if you're at a hotel, boom.
Yeah. No, because they're going to give you that plastic one that they.
Or you just pick up the phone. Hello, front desk. Bring me a wine key.
Right.
No, yeah,
Well, that's what they
And
bring
then
you.
how long do you wait? It's easier, just right.
Okay. Listen, I guess if you have to get there.
Yeah, yeah, you have to.
Okay.
That was a spirited debate.
It was
It was.
back and forth.
I don't know that there's a clear winner.
Gentlemen, cheers.
I'll
What
tell
else
you
is
what.
going on? What's coming up next?
Oh, yeah. By the way,
We got the holidays
I've got
creeping up on us.
I've got
We do.
a bunch of notes written down. Number
Crystal
one.
clear.
You see this?
I do.
Okay. Number one, Veterans Day. I'm so glad that we had that we were able to honor our veterans in the way that we did and first responders.
Yep. Good turnout.
That was great. So everybody that was able to take advantage of it, thank you for your service. We
Yep.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now, as we
Cheers. That was great feedback from,
Yeah.
from all the guests that I talked
Right,
to that
yeah.
night. So
as we get into next week we have the wine club pickup.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Tuesday, the Blue Party in each one of the locations. So that's going to be great. We are catering the charity ball here in New Smyrna, which benefits Advent Health
Yep.
Hospital.
Saturday.
Yes, and then going into then we have Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Can you believe it already?
It's
Thanksgiving.
flown by.
We're going to have Small Business Saturday.
yeah.
Come out and support your local small business. Then we have Cyber Monday. We really have gift cards that we have coming
Yes.
up.
Yep.
Reservations, large party reservations. And then before you know it, we are into December. Of course, Christmas.
Where has the year gone?
I know. And New Year's. And if you haven't made reservations, I'd suggest
Get on that.
reservations.
go quick. They go
Yeah.
quick.
So we have a lot going on. Holiday season's always busy. And spending the holidays with you guys.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Nice.
Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers,
Until next
boys.
time.